Hi there, it's another tarot sesh for Pisces. I'm the Can Astrologer. My name is Abby, and this is a reading for April 2025. This is your full moon celestial cosmic forecast for the month of April 2025. Welcome back to all of my returning subscribers. For those of you who follow the channel, and also make sure that you smash that subscribe button right now. Hit the little bell that says all, that way you get all of my notifications for all of my readings. But for those of you who've been following the channel, you guys know I do a predictions video at the end of every year, and it's for all the upcoming full moons. We record everything, like journal everything, and then we go through it each month and see how that applies to your monthly moon readings. And so I'll be doing that at the end of your reading to see how it plays out with this reading. So let's get into it. For Pisces, please. Higher peace, power, protection, and prosperity for the greater good, so mote it be. Underneath the deck we have Aiku, transformation. This is like the Scorpio card. So you could be dealing with the Scorpio thing. Jumping out. And then behind that, bliss, trust. So you could be trusting, or, it's like transformation. So leaving something from the past, right, and moving courageously into the future, into something blissful, something that you trust. So it's the transformation card, and that is Scorpio energy. You also could have that somewhere in your chart, or this is just, you embracing that power, that energy. Then top of the deck we have the Divine Feminine, the Void. So what's interesting about the Divine Feminine card, I hope that's not nudity, is this is actually a card of both balance between the masculine and the feminine. And I feel like somebody's experiencing or realizing this, and there's a major transformation that's taking place because of this. The Void is typically a place that people go during their dark night of the soul, whenever they're going within, whenever they're facing their demons, whenever they're doing their shadow work. Okay, so this is somebody who I think has gone there to balance their both masculine and feminine, and now that transformation is taking place. I just heard yes, love. I love that. Okay, so let's move on, Pisces. So the song that I had on pre-shuffle for you when I was getting the cards together, it's called Don't Want to Fight by Alabama Shakes. Something significant could have to do with the state of Alabama, or maybe the name Alabama. So Pisces, don't want to fight. Some of the lyrics: my life, your life, don't cross them lines, don't waste my time, don't want to fight no more. So it's a song about not wasting energy on what doesn't work or make sense, for someone. They're like sick and tired of being sick and tired. Like they don't want to fight no more. They're fed up. They're done. Instead of putting in the energy or the work to, it's like, okay, it's not that they don't love them, right? It's they love them enough to respect that they don't want to waste the energy to hate them. There's that. Because if you throw that energy out, it's showing that you do, care for the person, but it becomes toxic when there's someone seeking that attention, thinking that that's what care means, and that's not it either. Underneath the deck we have the number 4. So we could be talking about the 4th house. April is the 4th month though, so that also makes sense. 4th house is I nurture. This is all around home, parents, roots, inner security, family. It's like the inner world. Also, I feel energy. So if this feels really similar, it's because it's Cancer energy, which is moon energy, which is also Pisces energy. So that's why. But yeah, the number 4 is also the 4th month. But 4 is a number of stability, house, home, foundation. That's kind of the 4th house. So this could be taking place, or you could be focusing more for things at home. Look at that. And then the moon. Talk about moon energy. So the full moon could be significant during this month of April. In fact, I think it's going to be really important for you. And that's on the 12th. So just so you know, April 12th at 5:22 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And it's the Libra full moon, or the pink full moon. April 7th, Mercury retrograde ends, or ended. What day is today? Yeah, ended. And then April 13th, we've got Venus retrograde ending finally, which deals with relationships and the way that you express yourself creatively. So it's been in review, and now it goes direct again, so things will start to feel back to normal, but like while you've gotten rid of the things that you no longer need or no longer want in your life, so you can make room for more of what you do, right? This has been like a time of reflection, so you can figure out what it is that you want more of. Because you're not wasting energy on what doesn't work or make sense, right? You don't want to fight no more. You're balancing out your energies and transforming yourself. And that is very Pisces energy. Very Pisces energy. Okay, what do we have? Okay, I don't know. The Knight of Wands. Is this you? Interesting. This is you being playful. If this is you in romance, this is you going, just kind of flings and nothing so serious. You may be dating back and forth, that kind of energy. If this is for work, though, this is you getting out there, doing really well, having a great time, loving your, being passionate and loving what you're doing. You could be very successful, feeling very lucky. So if that's work related for you, Knight of Wands energy. Okay, or this could be Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. You could also have that somewhere strong in your chart. Okay, let's get 3 cards for Pisces. Maybe that was you in the past. Maybe that was how you felt in the past. For some of you. 9 of Pentacles. So, okay. Successful, well off. The 9 of Pentacles is like self-made. It's, you work really hard for everything that, you've done yourself. You've got the 2 of Wands. You're looking back on your past. You're reflecting. I was saying there's a lot of reflecting. Somebody went into the void. Somebody's reflecting on their past. And they're looking into the future with the Star card energy. That's Aquarius energy. That's also healing hope. This is also looking at a star. Looking at a future star because it's in the future position. A star in the making. This could be a feminine energy. This also could be a Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands, she's a queen, so she's got a lot of experience, a lot of passion. She's very magical. In fact, the queen could also be a witch because she always holds her wand, right? It's her staff. Some kind of tower that's going to happen, but it's a good tower. Has to do with a relationship. Somebody had walked away, which caused a lot of anxiety. Oh, it was sneaky, that's why. They were manifesting it, and there you go. They went into the void. That Hermit energy, slow to return back to their Queen of Pentacles. So now I think, they're just making a decision, trying to decide. Okay, so that's the current energy right now, it looks like. This Queen of Wands, she could be, she's very independent. She doesn't need a man, doesn't need a king. Also, she could be a single mom if she has children. Doesn't need a man. But also works very well with one. Looks very good on the arm of another, right? That's where that star-like energy comes in. She's very magical, too. What do we got for Pisces? That star, it could be Aquarius energy. Doesn't have to be. Could have it somewhere in their chart. Underneath the deck, we have the 7 of Wands. This is somebody who has strong boundaries. This is defending morals, ethics, beliefs, goals, values, the things that they believe in. There may be many challenges ahead. You can face them with this person. It could be distance. It could be people around them. It could be people around you. You know, it could be a number of things. What's the Nine of Pentacles? This person's very wise. We have the Ace of Cups. Somebody wants an Ace of Cups. Open your heart and receive the emotions around you, or you want a new start. It's an ace. Aces are gifts from the universe, right? So this would be ideal. It's unconditional love. There's new feelings for this person. Someone wants to start anew, like a new friendship. Somebody's seeing the beauty due to self-love of this person. Yeah, because that's the Nine of Pentacles is very independent energy. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus energy. That could be the sign, but it doesn't have to be, of the person that you're dealing with, or this could be you. What's the Two of Wands for Pisces? Dang. Oh, okay, I get it. I was like, damn. It's the Devil. Capricorn energy, very earth energy, but here's the thing. This it's the Two of Wands. Somebody's reflecting on their past, and their past was tainted by the devil, right? They understand that, there was a lot of toxic things that happened in the past. There was a lot of toxic ways, a lot of toxic habits. There could have been an obsession. But this is that person reflecting and understanding that you are only limited by what you believe is possible. So if you believe that you're being held back by your past, then you'll be held back by your past. But if you go into the void and you realize the truth, which includes, believing that you are not limited by your past, right? That you have the power to transform 1000%. I'm looking at the clock right now. And, you're only limited by your imagination and what you manifest. So keep manifesting, because that starts now. And so what is this star energy? Now I'm really curious. Pisces. Oh, somebody's in their head. Somebody's worried. Somebody's having nightmares. Somebody's scared that their star's gotten away. But the message of this card, however, is worrying changes nothing. Clarification. Worrying changes nothing. You need to decide your next step. All it is a card of anxiety and hopelessness, worry, captivity, victimization. Don't worry. Be happy. Underneath the deck, we have the Six of Cups. This is Scorpio energy. Somebody wants to reach out to a Queen of Wands energy. This could be like a third party or something. And reach out, and it says reach out to others with love and compassion. This could be an old friend. This could be, or this could be somebody reaching out to you. But it's like in a very nostalgic friendship kind of way. 1001. This is like two people reflecting the same energy back on each other, mirroring each other, okay? It's about nostalgia and memories and healing. Pleasure after hardship, like getting over something, maybe something that kept you guys separated, and that could be what, is bringing anxiety of somebody's toxic past. That's what somebody could be worried about. Maybe this is like somebody doing some reflecting on the past, and so it's like they want to make an offer. They want to, make amends or make friends or start a new beginning with this Queen of Wands energy, the star-like energy, but they're really worried about when they, say what they need to say, what that's going to do, how that's going to look, how that's going to reflect, right? So that's what I'm getting for that part. Oh, and I'm looking at the song. Because they don't want to fight. They don't want to fight with someone. That makes a lot of sense. What's interesting is, just to kind of start to get into some of the predictions readings, the first card that we pulled for the full moon predictions readings was the Queen of Cups. That's Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. But you could also be dealing with a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Feminine energy, Queen of Wands energy. She could, encompass all energies. This could be masculine and their feminine energy. Again, it's all about balance, right? Or this is, their masculine finding their balance, finding their feminine. And then giving birth was the next card that we pulled. Now, giving birth could mean a couple things. Obviously, it could mean actual birth. Maybe somebody got another person pregnant, and so they're coming to tell the truth about this. Maybe this is really just about a new start and somebody wanting to give birth to a new situation, to a new level, to a new try, starting it all over again. Or this could be like a new project. This could be, wanting to work with somebody on a professional level. Take it as it resonates. And the Queen of Cups, this is a very loyal, honest, loving, motherly energy, right? This is like somebody she's very wise and mystical, very profound. So this is definitely someone that you can trust. And that's why somebody's in their head about their past, because they know their past was really toxic, but they want this new start with this very independent, magical thinker, right? Okay, so underneath the deck, we've got think things through. And boy, I've been saying this, like somebody's really in their head. Okay, they are. Somebody is thinking things through, but be careful to stay out of your head so much in this Gemini energy, because again, worrying changes nothing. You just need to decide your next steps. Okay? Worrying doesn't do anything. Okay, so think things through on what you need to do. And let's see what that might be. Tune out distractions. In order to get your answer, and here's the thing. I want to show you guys something. That's not a good example, although that's really interesting too. I was going to say, I want to show you something. Each of these cards has a different background. The one directly behind it also matches, so that's interesting. But see, okay, there's another one. Jeez, they're all at the front or at the back. But they're all different, like, guys, my cats. They all have different backgrounds. Okay, so when I get two that are top and bottom, and they match like that, I'm always like, okay, that's a match, that's a pair. So, or it's a very strong message. So think things through, and in order to think things through, you need to tune out the distractions in your life. So you could have some distractions going on. You could have been doing a lot of traveling. Okay, you could be, just keeping yourself too busy, too many events, too many things, too many dates. This is where the home energy comes in, right? And going into the void and just reflecting. Somebody needs to just sit still. They need to sit still, tune out any distractions in your life so that you can sit still and think things through while you decide your next steps for whatever that is. Because there is big transformation that you're dealing with right now. So another part of this, the next card that we pulled for my predictions, full moon reading, was the number 6 waxing crescent 4 card, and it's self-love. And so, that's what this inner reflection, this, void, dark night of the soul energy is all about. It's giving yourself enough grace, enough self-love that you can go within and then come out, and make a true transformation for yourself. That's what it's all about. Then the next card was number 2, St. John's Wort Radiance. That's Sun card energy. And St. John's Wort is a herbal, homeopathic, over-the-counter herb that you can get. I'm not a doctor. Consult your medical practitioner. But it's a... It helps turn your frown upside down, right? It's a mood booster. That's the key. Priest or priestess. That's the high priestess energy, which is Pisces energy, which is interesting. But also that's you being intuitive and following, your own discernment, which is key. But also then fire is going to be significant for us. Deck, bottom of the deck. Lost. Okay, so radiance. It's like, okay, so this actually makes a lot of sense too. Notice I pulled this as I was talking about the sun and radiance, St. John's wort, and you can get this over the counter, and it's a mood booster. It turns that frown upside down, and it helps you, see the light again within you. It helps like that spark, right? And then, as I said, that you got this card, which is fire, and the next card is the new moon in Leo, which is shine. So it's all about light. It's all about shining. It's all about self-love this month of April. It's all about your creative inner spark, okay? And tuning out distractions, thinking things through with that. Like, how do you bring out that energy? Let go of the things that have been burdening you from your past, whether it's an old relationship or old job or old whatever, okay? And how do you move forward? And you are going to move forward. You are going to heal from this. You are going to be like shining star, shining light, or connect with someone who is, but you're just trying to figure out your next steps in order to make this offer, or someone's figuring out next steps to make this offer to you. Okay. Then Picasso stone was the next card that we pulled, and that's artistry. Again, it's all about your creative inner being. You could be this. You could be like, this could have something to do with either your career or field of work, or you could be an artist, any sort of artist. It could be a musician, an actual, painter. You could be a singer, content creator. It could be anything, right? A tarot card reader. And then last but not least, we pulled the dice card, I'm sorry. We didn't pull the dice card. I started using astrological dice, which are based on the three main principles of astrology. 1010. You might. I'm looking at the numbers 1010. You may want to look up angel number 1010. But so when I rolled these for this reading, it was the South Node, Capricorn, and third house. And when you place all of those things together, third house right there again too, is creative ideas, crafty, knowledgeable, and comfortable with other people and their intelligence. So this is surrounding yourself with those who are smarter than you, like being comfortable with their intelligence and with what they know, not always trying to one up each other, because you may not know what they know, but they may not know things that you know. So there's always that, right? Okay, so the bottom of the deck we have lost. And I think that kind of corresponds with what I was just about to start talking about. So, like, they may not know that what you know, and vice versa, right? But you could be right now feeling in a state of, like, feeling lost or not sure where to go. You may be having dreams of being lost or not knowing which direction to take. So dreams of being lost tend to surface when you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, or confused. You might be navigating new territory by day or feeling a little unmoored and disconnected. The very fact that you're having this dream means help is just around the corner. And that's that star-like energy. It could be somebody helping you as well, right? Because this is about hope and healing. So your dreams, after all, are your soul's GPS. They can help you chart your path on the journey of innocence to experience, and if you're paying attention to wisdom. Then again, being in an unfamiliar neighborhood isn't always a problem. Take away the fear, impatience, and frustration, and being adrift becomes an adventure and an opportunity to explore new territory and maybe even discover unexpected treasures. So ground yourself in the present moment. With each conscious breath, remind yourself of where you are. Today, take one small step in any direction that supports your mental, physical, or spiritual well-being. And stay open to the possibility that there are novelties and joyful surprises to be found wherever you are. And I love that energy, okay? So, and let the light be your guide. We've got fire energy. We need fire to cook our food, keep us warm, and light our way at night. Our inner fire fuels our passions, and our rages and fire rituals purify the soul. But flames can also level a building or burn our skin. Likewise, fire shows up in our dreams in countless and contradictory guises. Your fire dream might mean that it's time to reignite your passion for a person, hobby, your work, or a cause. A nice warm fire with friends might be sparking your desire to engage with something meaningful. Or perhaps you're dealing with smoldering anger and burning up with jealousy. As the world is increasingly impacted by uncontained blazes, fiery dreams are occurring more frequently in response to collective concerns. Check to see if your dream is fueled by anxiety, fear, or anger at the devastation caused by massive wildfires or the heating planet. Is your dream sounding the alarm to make a commitment to join efforts to cool things off? Today, rekindle your passion for personal growth or global healing. So, sometimes by helping others, it helps you tune out distractions of your own. And then that in turn, you get good karma in return, which is always a great thing as well. That's a great way to work out problem is to help out with somebody else's. Just a little tidbit of advice there. So that's what I have for you, Pisces, including the predictions. If any of this resonated, brought clarity or insight, make sure you drop a comment in the comments below, like, share, and or subscribe. If you're interested in a personal reading, I have all of that information and ways to book a reading and or contact me. Just shoot me an email. All of that is in the description below this video. As you know, it's Together We Grow. I always look forward to doing these readings with you every month and in between too, right? Make sure to check back often and check your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mars signs for additional messages as well. So I'll see you guys on the flip side. I hope you have a fantastic April. Happy 420 if you celebrate or partake. And I'll see you guys on the flip side. Peace.